Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Wednesday Wisdom segment. Today, I thought I'd continue with the Reiki journey discussion that I talked about a couple weeks ago. And more specifically, we're going to discuss uh, sharing Reiki with animals. Now, the difference between a human session and animal session is this: with a human, they are fully clothed, laying on a massage table, or it could be a bed, wherever. Uh, it can also be done at a distance, and I will talk about this at another time. But usually, what the human counterpart does is set an intention for what they want out of a session. When you're working with an animal, uh, you have to be invited in their space. So basically, a Reiki practitioner gets in a meditative state and just puts out there the vibe that they would like to be invited into that animal's world for a moment and offer them Reiki. And usually, uh, the animal will let you know whether they want it or not by staying in a general area where you're at or moving completely out of a room or out of an area. On last Friday, I got to work with a horse named Willow, and this is the second time I've worked with her. She's 19 years old, and according to her horse mom, she doesn't have really a good reputation in the stable because she's a little bit moody and uh, can get into it with other horses or with human beings, and more specifically with males. So what we did is we have her on the cross ties inside, just outside of her stable, and began with a just brushing her down with a brush, and then combed her mane out, and that was a way just to build a little rapport with her. Now she has worked with me before, uh, but that doesn't mean that she was an honoree. And one of the great things about this experience is that I was learning horse behavior, and it's really no different than like a dog. If they're snarling, if they don't like something, they'll pull their ears back. They'll uh, they'll snarl their teeth. They'll show their teeth at you. So after about 45 minutes, I finally got in a place where I just did away with the brush and started just laying hands on her, on the top of her, like in between her eyes, what would be her forehead, underneath her jawline, and just move my way up and down. Now, with animals, there's no specific way where I have to scan and hover and look for, areas of uh, that might be of discomfort or any kind of problem areas for the horse. I did ask uh, her owner whether or not she had any major issues, and there were really none to speak of. A lot of times you will pick up heat, and with a horse, it is very heart-centered experience, and it always has been for me. Like when I hug them around their neck and just lay my chest against theirs, you can actually feel that heat from the horse. And I call it's the horse heart is what's really giving off this nice positive vibe. Uh, After a while, we took Willow out into an arena, and she was off the cross ties where she was not forced to be there and take it. And according to her owner Nancy, she said, you know what, she really she accepted it. She became very content and displayed behaviors that indicated such. But she said, let's get out in that arena and let her come into your space if she would like. So Willow just started walking around the arena, and eventually she came back up to me, and I was able to just lay my hands on her or pet her for a little bit. Uh, Very incredible experience with the animals. They could be at a distance from you. They could be 20, 30 feet, 100 feet away, and they'll receive the Reiki if they wish for it. Again, they'll always let you know. So I just thought I would share this part of the experience. If you want to learn more about the spiritual side of working with animals, and more specifically a horse, you can look up the book, The Tao of Equus by Linda Kohanov, and she gets into more the metaphysical side as well as the practical side of working with human beings. And the reason uh, I love working with the horses is that they are the most energetically attuned animals, and that's why there are equine therapy programs, equine assisted learning, and I'm looking forward to getting started with that in my retirement years. Uh, so again, if you have any questions or you have any comments, just please reach out on the blog page and let me know.